She lies there afterward, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this is all there is. You roll over, happy with how things went, completely unaware that you've just given her exactly what she expected and feared. Another empty meeting, another missed chance for a real bond, another sign that you don't get the real game she's in. You think you know what she wants because she makes sounds at the right times, because she seems pleased, because she never says anything. But what you're seeing isn't real want, it's a skilled act. She's learned how to make you feel good while her own true needs stay hidden under layers of things she won't say. And what society has taught her. Tonight I'm going to show you the most closely kept secrets of what women really want. The things she badly wants but will never ask for. The wants she's buried so deep that even she might not fully know they are there. Because knowing these secrets doesn't just change your private times. It changes your whole relationship and puts you in a group of men that most women meet maybe once in their life if they are lucky. Every bedroom becomes a place where well-practiced acts happen every night. She's learned how to manage your happiness while giving up her own true experience. This isn't lying. It's a way to get by, made after years of meeting men who think physical ending is the same as emotional closeness. You run toward the end like a runner, focused only on finishing, missing every chance to enjoy the trip. She wants you to slow down, to see that closeness works on a slow scale rather than fast speed. But asking you to go slower feels like finding fault with your manhood, so she adjusts to your speed while wanting something completely different. The woman wants the treat of slowly being revealed, the thrill of waiting drawn out until it becomes almost too much to take. She wants each piece of clothing taken off like opening a valuable gift with care and thanks for what's being shown, not taken off with quick speed, but removed layer by layer while you enjoy every new bit of skin that can be seen. This makes a basic gap between what's going on and what she's feeling. You're taking part in a physical act. She's wanting an emotional event. You're finishing a deal. She's looking for a change. The space between these feelings explains why so many relationships feel good with sex on the surface, while being empty of emotion underneath. The most risky part of this act is how it keeps itself going. When she pretends to be happy to protect your pride, you never learn what really makes her happy. When she adjusts to your rushed timing to avoid trouble, you never find the joy that comes from longer looking. This makes a cycle where both of you get stuck in more and more empty meetings that please no one but feel too risky to change. In your mind, actions say more than words, so you focus on method while staying quiet with words. But her excitement lives in her ears as much as her body. She's hungry for the sounds that change physical touch into emotional connection. She wants to hear what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're finding out about her as it happens. The woman doesn't just want to be touched. She wants to be talked to. She wants the live commentary that makes her feel like the main character of your personal dream rather than just someone taking part in routine physical care. When you stay quiet, she takes your silence as not being involved, proof that you're just going through the motions rather than losing yourself in the experience. She wants detailed thanks that goes beyond general praise. Not just "you're beautiful," but specific notes about the curve of her waist, the way her breathing changes, the exact look that crosses her face during certain times. She wants proof that you're really there, really watching, really taken in by the special details that make this time different from every other close experience you've had. This wordy part makes the emotional frame that changes physical pleasure into mind happiness. Without it, even the most skilled meeting feels empty. With it, even simple touches become electric with meaning and connection. The complex woman wants to hear your real reactions, not prepared compliments. She can tell the difference between real thanks and general sweet talk within seconds. She wants to know what exact parts of her body, her answers, her looks affect you most strongly. This detailed word feedback makes closeness that goes beyond physical feeling and enters the area of emotional joining. Physical warm-up starts hours before any clothes come off. She wants to feel wanted through the day, not just when you're ready for physical closeness. The messages, the looks, the casual touches during normal activities. These make the emotional base that makes physical touch feel like a continuation rather than a break. She wants the building expectation that changes ordinary times into exciting previews. When you touch her lower back while she's making dinner, when you whisper something interesting while you're watching television, When you send her a message that makes her think about what's coming later, these times prepare her emotional excitement system in ways that no physical method can copy. But the real secret is in knowing her body's hidden map. Most men approach female body parts like visitors seeing famous places, hitting the clear attractions while missing the hidden treasures that people who live there value most. Her neck has more exciting possibility than you know. The area behind her ears has nerve endings that connect straight to her emotional center. Her ankles become electric under the right attention. The inside of her wrists, when kissed with real thanks, can make more real excitement than the clear targets you've been taught to focus on. She wants you to become a finder rather than a machine user, to discover rather than just stimulate, to chart her special landscape rather than using general methods you learned from past meetings or entertainment sources. Every woman's map is different, and she wants you to be interested enough to learn her exact layout. The discovery process itself becomes foreplay when you spend time finding out which touches make her breath stop, which kisses make her bend toward you, which quiet words make her heart beat faster. This search makes expectation that builds through the meeting. She wants to feel examined, learned, known in the most close ways possible. She's been taught that wanting control makes her pushy, while wanting to yield makes her weak. This leaves her stuck in a small range of okay wants, unable to show the full range of what really excites her. She wants you to understand that her sexuality holds many things. Times when she wants to give in and times when she needs to take charge. Sometimes she wants to feel wonderfully overcome, her wrists held softly but firmly while waves of feeling wash over her without any need to give back or perform. She dreams about being wanted so strongly that you can't help but take lead, making the kind of passionate need that makes her feel irresistibly desired. Not anger but certainty, not power, but confident leading that lets her give in completely without feeling in danger. Other times she wants to arrange the whole meeting, to be the guide rather than just the main character of your close theater. She wants to push you down and look at your body with the same strength you bring to hers. She wants to control the speed, the order, the strength while you give in to her looking. Both wants can live in the same woman, sometimes in the same night. The key is in seeing these changing needs without making her clearly ask for what she wants. She shouldn't have to ask for change or request okay to show different sides of her sexuality. You need to build the awareness to read her signs and the confidence to offer different experiences without making her feel like she's asking for something not normal. The woman who feels free to show both sides of her sexual self becomes much more passionate and involved. When she knows she can be both soft and strong, both yielding and leading, both gentle and intense, her whole exciting personality grows. This freedom changes her from a passive member into an active partner in making special experiences. Habit is the killer of excitement, and place habit kills passion faster than any other thing. She doesn't just put up with newness. She needs it for her sexuality to stay alive and involved. The same bedroom, the same order, the same methods make a sexual jail that slowly kills her real want while keeping the look of regular closeness. She dreams about meetings that break free from bedroom limits. The kitchen counter, where breakfast happens, becomes a place for morning passion. The living room sofa changes from television watching spot into discovery land. The shower changes from cleaning area into sensual play space. Even the hallway becomes possible for unplanned connection that makes her feel chased rather than planned. This place variety sends strong mind messages. When you start closeness in unexpected places, you're showing that your want for her beats convenience and habit. You're proving that she affects you so powerfully that you can't wait for right timing and perfect conditions. This spontaneity makes her feel irresistibly attractive rather than just conveniently there. The woman wants proof that you're still finding out about her, still finding new ways to make pleasure, still caring enough about her happiness to create rather than just repeat. When you bring change, you're sending the message that she's worth continued looking, continued spending of creative energy. Place changes also make different mind settings that open different parts of her personality. The woman who feels careful in the bedroom might feel daring in the living room. The woman who seems passive in familiar places might become bold in new environments. Each new place gives her okay to explore different parts of her sexuality. She's curious about extras and improvements, but feels unable to suggest them without seeming not enough or too pushy. The woman wants you to take duty for bringing variety, rather than making her request what she needs. This keeps her from feeling like she's criticizing your current act, while opening doors to experiences she's curious about but scared to start. She dreams about silk ties that change from clothing extras into tools of fun control, about blindfolds that make every other feeling stronger by taking away sight, about massage oils that turn simple touching into luxurious discovery, about toys and tools that increase pleasure rather than replace connection. But she wants you to bring these parts as natural extensions of your want to please her, not as proof that she's not enough on her own. The key is in framing improvement as discovery rather than fix. When you bring something new, you're showing continued spending in her pleasure rather than suggesting that past meetings were not enough. She wants to feel like you're so devoted to her happiness that you actively look for new ways to increase her enjoyment. This needs reading her answers and slowly expanding what's possible between you without making her feel like she's taking part in someone else's dream rather than exploring her own wants. The right way makes her feel more interesting and desirable. The wrong way makes her feel like she's not enough on her own. The bringing in of improvement tools also shows complex understanding of female pleasure. You're showing knowledge that her happiness might need different ways than male happiness. This awareness alone makes her feel understood in ways that most men never reach. She wants a partner who treats her. Married women carry a special weight of sexual expectation management. They're supposed to keep steady availability while accepting more and more predictable meetings. The woman who once felt sexy and desired slowly changes into a home tool, expected to give regular service without needing much care or newness. She wants to feel young again, not because she's not happy with her age, but because she misses feeling like someone worth chasing rather than someone who's already been caught. The thrill of being wanted, the excitement of waiting, the sense that her sexuality is still secret and worth exploring. These feelings fade in marriages that treat closeness like planned care. The married woman dreams about feeling desired rather than just convenient. She wants proof that you still choose her, rather than just accept her availability. She wants meetings that make her feel like she's being won over rather than just serviced. This needs conscious effort to remake the chase dynamics that made attraction in the first place. Small actions through the day become very important because they signal that she's still worth chasing. Hand-holding while walking through the grocery store, unexpected kisses while she's folding clothes, times of physical affection that aren't lead up to sexual meetings but shows of ongoing desire. These prove that your interest in her goes beyond planned close appointments. She wants to find again the version of herself that felt lively and sexually alive. The woman who felt sure in her desirability, who believed her sexuality was a gift worth giving rather than a duty to perform. Marriage often buries this version under layers of routine and responsibility. But she's still there, waiting to be woken up by a man who treats her like a treasure rather than a thing owned. The married woman wants proof that she still has the power to affect you the way she did when you first met. She wants to see want in your eyes that goes beyond habit or convenience. She wants to feel like choosing her over all other choices rather than just accepting the choice that's most easily available. Most men underestimate the power of continued eye connection during close times. You focus on physical method while missing the emotional road that goes straight through her eyes. She wants you to see her, really see her, during the times when she's most open and most alive. Eye contact during closeness makes mind strength that makes every physical feeling stronger. When you look into her eyes while touching her, you're not just stimulating her body, you're entering her emotional defenses and making soul-level connection. This visual closeness makes her feel truly known rather than just physically satisfied. She wants to watch your reactions to her responses. She wants to see the effect she has on you shown in your eyes. This visual feedback loop makes mutual openness that changes machine meetings into emotional experiences. When you keep eye contact, you're proving that you're present with her rather than lost in your own feelings. But this needs courage from both of you. Eye contact during closeness demands truth that many people find scary. She wants a man sure enough to be seen while seeing her, brave enough to keep connection even during the most strong times of openness. The eyes become windows into real pleasure versus acted pleasure. When she knows you're watching her real reactions, she feels okay to show real answers rather than made ones. This makes a waterfall of honesty that changes the whole meeting from performance into real exchange. The complex woman wants a man who understands the subtle rhythms of excitement and response. Most men work like digital switches, on or off, fast or slow, strong or gentle. But female excitement works more like analog waves with always changing highs and lows that need adaptive intelligence to travel successfully. She wants you to recognize when she needs building strength versus when she needs kept sensation, when she requires focused attention versus when she wants varied stimulation, when she's ready for more versus when she needs time to process current feelings. This timing intelligence changes you from someone using methods to someone leading a symphony. The woman feels different types of excitement at different times. Sometimes she wants slow building expectation. Other times she wants immediate strength. Sometimes she needs emotional connection before physical touch. Other times, physical feeling opens her to emotional openness. Reading these needs as they happen requires attention and intelligence that most men never build. This timing awareness goes beyond method into understanding her emotional rhythms through your relationship, recognizing when she needs chase versus when she needs space, when she wants to feel desired versus when she wants to feel safe, when she wants newness versus when she needs comfort and familiarity. The times right after physical climax show everything about your true intentions and understanding. Most men treat finishing as ending, rolling away to check phones or fall asleep, missing the chance to cement the emotional bonds that make physical closeness satisfying for women. She wants continued connection when her defenses are completely down and her emotional openness is at its highest. This isn't neediness, it's biology. Her nervous system needs transition time to process the openness she's just felt and the connection she's just shared. Immediate pullback feels like leaving precisely when she's most open to bonding. The woman wants talk that admits what just happened between you. Not necessarily deep study, but recognition that you shared something meaningful rather than just finished a physical task. She wants to hear how the experience affected you, what you noticed about her, how you're feeling after. She wants physical affection that continues beyond climax, gentle touching that calms rather than stimulates. Holding that makes safety and openness. Kissing that shows tenderness rather than passion. These actions prove that your interest in her goes beyond your own satisfaction. This after-closeness attention makes the emotional happiness that makes her want future meetings rather than just put up with them. When you keep connection after physical finishing, you're showing that she matters to you as a whole person rather than just a source of physical release. The afterglow time becomes key for emotional bonding. She wants to feel cared for rather than used, valued rather than emptied, connected rather than alone. This needs conscious attention to her emotional state and deliberate effort to keep closeness beyond physical finishing. The most complex women often have the most complicated relationship with their own wants. They've been taught to hide certain desires while making others stronger, making internal conflict about what they're allowed to enjoy. She needs you to make permission structures that let her real sexuality come out, without her feeling like she's breaking social expectations. This means reading between the lines of what she says and answering to what she actually wants rather than just what she clearly requests. The woman who says she wants gentle treatment might be wanting something more strong, but feels unable to ask for it directly. The woman who seems passive might be desperate to take control, but needs encouragement to show that desire. Your role becomes making safe space for her to explore parts of her sexuality that she's been taught to hide or deny. This needs exceptional emotional intelligence and the ability to tell the difference between what she thinks she should want and what actually excites her nervous system. She wants permission to be multi-sided in her desires, to want both gentleness and strength, to crave both leading and following, to need both emotional connection and pure physical pleasure. Most men try to put women into simple types, but she wants someone complex enough to appreciate her complication. The permission-giving process needs patience and watching. You must learn to recognize the difference between her stated likes and her hidden desires, between what she thinks she should want and what actually makes real excitement. This psychological sophistication separates masters from beginners in the field of close connection. Understanding these secrets changes you from just another sexual partner into someone who gives experiences she can't get anywhere else. You become the man who actually sees her sexuality, rather than just projects onto it. The man who makes space for her real desires rather than just satisfying his own needs. This knowledge makes you irreplaceable in ways that physical looks or general charm cannot match. When a woman feels truly understood and accepted in her sexuality, she builds loyalty that goes beyond typical relationship dynamics. She's not just attracted to you. She's addicted to how you make her feel about herself. The change goes beyond the bedroom into every part of your relationship. When she feels sexually satisfied and emotionally connected, she becomes more affectionate, more supportive, more invested in your success and happiness. Sexual fulfillment makes positive feedback loops that strengthen every other part of your partnership. Most men will never understand these dynamics because they require giving up ego in favor of real curiosity about female experience. They demand building emotional intelligence alongside physical method. They necessitate caring more about her satisfaction than your own performance measures. The woman who feels completely seen and satisfied becomes your greatest ally. She doesn't just love you, she becomes invested in your success because you've proven that her fulfillment matters to you. This makes relationships that go beyond typical romantic partnerships and become lifelong teamwork in each other's continued growth and satisfaction. When you master these principles, you create a woman who feels truly known for the first time in her life. Someone who has experienced closeness that goes beyond physical pleasure into psychological change. Someone who has discovered parts of her own sexuality that she never knew existed. This level of sexual and emotional education makes you unforgettable and irreplaceable. If this look at hidden female wants has opened your eyes to how much you've been missing, follow this channel for more insights into the psychology that rules close relationships. Hit that notification bell because understanding these patterns will change not just your bedroom experiences, but your whole approach to female psychology. Share this video with any man who's ready to move up from basic physical ability to advanced emotional and sexual intelligence. The secrets I've shown today represent years of psychological research and real-world watching. They're the difference between men who satisfy women physically and men who fulfill them completely. Between partners who provide pleasure and partners who create change. Between meetings that women put up with and experiences that women treasure. Master these principles, and you'll never again wonder why she seems distracted during closeness, or why passion fades in long-term relationships. You'll understand the hidden psychology that drives real female desire, and have the tools to wake up her deepest levels of satisfaction and connection.